between the two of us here, what we find easy is really different.
Yeah.
You bring the calories in, you bring the intensities to your training, you're going to grow quick.
Yeah.
I cut the calories, fat loss.
Yeah.
Like I was in... I don't want to disrespect it. It was hard for 3 weeks for my cut.
Yeah.
Like it was hard for you for 10.
Yeah. I made it pretty tough. But
that's what I mean. Like I just didn't... To get to the conditioning I got to, I didn't have to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's like I could cycle diet and I dieted for 20 weeks, but I cycle dieted all the way through and it was pretty like...
No, I know what you mean.
Turn the fucking burners on for 2-3 weeks. So I know I can peel the body fat off.
Yeah.
When I want to, and now I know what the outcome is, I'm willing to
100%
do it even more. So if I do get a little over fat, it's probably okay. So even that is worth a consideration. Like, what's your strength? Because most people have
they either put
one or the other.
Weight on, or they're just those superhumans.
Yeah, so it's like if you're
do both.
Naturally leaner, being comfortable with being a little bit, gaining a little bit more body fat to accumulate the muscle you need.
Yeah,
because you know it'll come off reasonably easy.
Yeah.
Versus if you know you gain body fat really easy, you need to slower. Maybe you are spending more frequent like diet breaks or like mini cuts or whatever.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and that's when you look at like a photo shoot prep or a contest prep or whatever, like where we are driving, like it's like they're like the most extreme versions of what we're talking about in terms of body transformation. Those plans are different for everyone.
Yeah,
because we have to work with like the characteristics of the person themselves and lean into the best strategy to keep them performing well and obviously dropping body fat and maintaining muscle size.
You had Sandra's check-in yesterday, so she's 3 weeks into a build.
Yeah.
No, 2 weeks post mini cut into the build.
Yep.
Perfect adherence, nothing moved.
When are you guys starting the prep, like June?
Yeah.
Something like that.
I think it's a review in April.
Yeah.
I've got her set for 16 weeks.
It's like September 13, yeah? So
I've got her
June,
set
July,
for 16 weeks.
September.
Cut.
Yeah.
But if she stays, so we did the mini cut with the intent that hopefully we could take that 2 weeks and put it on the end.
Yeah, I understand.
'Cause she went to Thailand at Christmas.
Yeah.
Just wanted to kind of dial in a little bit. And then I was like, you got 12 weeks to build. Turns into 14 if we're lean enough.
Yeah.
So perfect adherence, but nothing moved. And I was like, you saw her plan for the photo shoot. Like we didn't fucking, we didn't do a lot. It was just like 1 calorie goal for most of the time. Drove her hard for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
No extra cardio. Steps were kind of mild, like nothing crazy. I'm like, you can get lean reasonably easy. So this week, nothing moved, and I was kind of up and down of like, do I give you an extra week just to see? I'm like, no, let's have more food.
Yeah.
Like, we know it'll come off.
Yeah.
So I can make that choice, whereas someone that's like, I find challenging to get leaner, then we have to, let's just wait.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's so much value to having some objective, non-emotional decisions and advice, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've got a lot of people where that's what gets in their way is them.
Yeah.
Like they will never hang enough to drop the body fat, because they'll feel small.
Yeah.
And then it's like that emotion overrides that action and they'll just go back to eating more food. And then even then it's like they'll never eat enough food for long enough to push them in a situation where they'll grow enough for it to be significant on the other side as well.
Yeah.
So
you got to book the thing, hey.
You have to have there's got to be somewhere. You either have to have a really rational head on your shoulders, like myself, who's like probably an exception to the norm, but it's like highly educated, highly experienced. It's like, and loves
one of the most logical brains.
Yeah, and loves the pursuit. Like I don't have anything else to do. Like this is just fun and really enjoyable.
Yeah.
But it's like most people are not that, right? So it's like the outcome is what's going to make them think, feel, and be better. Mm-hmm. As soon as they get a little bit uncomfortable, they'll just go back to default setting.
Yeah.
When realistically in coaching, it's like, especially for the we're trying to get those exceptional results, like the last 5 kilos that you have to look ridiculously good with no clothes on.
Yeah.
That takes getting into here and pushing them further.
Yeah.
If you don't have a voice in your head that's or that person to lean on to say, like, we need a little bit more, this is where we're at, this is what we're doing.
How much of that across your board? Because I know for me, it's 100%. That's in myself, not my clients. What percentage of your client base is that what looks like lack of commitment actually just an emotional thing? So, like, take, for example, like, you use, what were we, 4 weeks out? We did the posing at Platinum. And I was like, what do you think?
Yeah.
And you're like, if you want to look phenomenal with your shirt off, fucking let's go. Turn the dials up.
Yeah.
If you want to look big, we can rest.
Yeah.
And I was like...
What did you just fucking say to me?
It was more... My default, my like body dysmorphia is I'll feel small. I'll look small. I don't want to be small. So like I was hesitant to go again because I didn't want to just be skinny.
Yeah.
So had it just been up to me, I probably would have been like, no, like the last 10 days, we come back to maintenance, a couple high days, be really full and big and come in that way. Whether I would have looked back at the photos disappointed, I don't know. But I don't look at the ones with my singlet on. Yeah. There's one photo with my shirt on that I like.
Yeah.
And I'm just like being a dick in the mirror looking at my veins.
Yeah.
It's like the posing ones, I'm like, I don't like look at this with my shirt off. So it's like that needed that
push.
Yeah. So yeah, question, what percentage of your clients are not willing to do the work because it's hard? Because it had nothing to do with the effort for me.
Yeah.
Versus there's a emotional barrier in I can't, like girls can't stay in the surplus for too long because they'll look fat.
Yeah.
Guys, I don't want to look small, so I don't want to diet.
Yeah.
It happens the other way around too, but
yeah. I can't give you a percentage, but I've never had anyone who I've said like you need to do more and then they've tried to do more and haven't been able to do it. Like I've been able to say like we need this, we need to push. I would say that a lot of the people I've worked with who've gotten into really good shape, like if I wasn't there, they would have probably stopped about 6 weeks before that just because their perception of what they're capable of was that set point.
Yep.
When for me, I know they're capable of coming over here. So I think that's where like, that's the pushback I have with not hiring someone who's super skilled at what you want. That's the only pushback I have.
Yep.
So when I see some people like I'll have to, like, it's like, I'll have to use the, like, hiring a person to do contest prep who hasn't done it. That is, you can't see the leanness if you haven't been there, if you haven't coached, you haven't done it. And that's the difference. That's the separator. You can be a phenomenal planner, phenomenal everything.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that'll be like, you're ready, who don't know that this world exists here.
Yeah.
And I think that's the slippery slope. And even like if you
see it in strength too.
Yeah, that's what, like 100%. You'd be like, this person's like, yeah, this person's ready. And it's like looking at the bar speed and looking at like their feedback and looking at everything. You're just like, if that's the most that they've ever lifted, an inexperienced coach might go sick. Where an experienced coach is like, it's like fucking 5 more kilos there. Well, there's 10 more kilos there, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's
and when,
so much.
Yeah. And when you're really skilled, it's 2.5.
Well, yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then I think that's the separator between like someone who's exceptionally good at their job.
Yeah.
I can look at a scenario and be like, there's more here. And, you know, and articulate that I need more from this person and what's expected of them to give it to me and the benefit on the other side of that. So I've never had anyone not rise to that occasion when we're in it, but I've had a few people at the start just be like, nah, this isn't what I want to do.
Yep.
But it's like dipped toes in and went, nah. So I know that was a long-windish way of.
When they do it early, do you think that's a psychological thing, or do you think they realize what it takes, or is it we've spoken about like the social impact?
I think it's like the willingness to do what's necessary.
Yeah.
So it's like they'll like the idea. Like there's a lot of people who start prep and fail because they didn't understand what it takes.
Yeah.
Like that's why like when I'll sit down with someone, I'm like, I'm not going to tell you how coaching works until you understand all of the things that are involved in competing.
Yes.
So it's not even just like from a lifestyle. I'm like, this is all the things you need to buy. These are all the things you need to learn. These are all of the things you need to practice. And this is what your week's going to look like in terms of training, etc. Like, so then I'm like, if that all is still ticking the box for you, now I'm going to tell you about how your plan's going to work.
Yep.
And how the coaching and stuff works.
Yeah.
Because so many people are just like, oh, look, it'd be really nice to look that way.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, cool. Are you willing to dedicate 4 to 5 hours a day to looking that way for the next, however many months?
Yeah. I had a conversation with my client during the week who come off the challenge.
Yeah.
Fucking dominated it. Like 7 centimeters, 8 kilos, ridiculous. First time she's ever tracked and was just like, this is wild. Obviously the first time they'd ever eaten, I put them on like 3 grams per kilo.
Yeah.
Protein. So it's like, fucking, let's go.
Yeah.
Made a comment about like bodybuilding, like doing a show or something like that. Like off the cuff wasn't like I'm really thinking about it, just kind of said it and I was like, you couldn't pay me enough.
Yeah.
She's like, really? I'm like, getting in the shape I got for my photo shoot was so hard to do that plus 6 weeks, probably, at least.
Yeah.
Then at the end of that, stand next to other people and have someone go, this is shit, this is shit, this is shit, this is shit. No. Do not have it. I don't have it. I'm happy to sit here and be like, I don't have it. Will that change in the future? I doubt it.
I can bet my fucking house on it that won't.
I'm never going to say never, but I'm much more likely to end up back on a powerlifting platform than I am a bodybuilding stage.
Yeah.
So, like, I think, like the powerlifting thing, when you tell the barber that, like, yeah, my client, like, female squats 120, 130. Like, oh, yeah. It's like, no. That's a lot. Like, you don't understand. That's a lot.
Yeah.
But it's like, I've done a squat before. So it's like, it's the same. It's like, I've lost weight before.
Yeah.
I've done a diet before.
Yeah.
I've done a 12-week cut. I've done a whatever. It's not that.
No.
It's so hard to differentiate the two because they look the same.
Yeah. And then some people will try and positively come to the realization that it's going to take a lot longer than they initially thought.
Yeah.
And that's not abnormal.
No.
Because it takes a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It even takes a lot to get to if someone thinks, everyone's got that idea of what their ideal body looks like, right? That I'm going to be very surprised that if there's more than 10% of those people, that'll happen in 3 months.
Yeah.
This is no way.
Yeah.
It just takes a lot.
It's way harder than you think it is, and it takes twice as long as you think it's going to.
Yeah.
If you start there,
there's ways to there's 100% ways to expedite progress.
Yeah.
But it's just it takes way more. And like what people are capable of, like again, it's based on their expectations, it's based on what they know. No, sorry, it's based on their experience, it's based on what they know, it's based on their expectations to a degree. But a lot of people are going to get to a point and go, I look the best I've ever looked, so that's it for me. I'm somebody who can look at that person and go, we can do more.
Yeah.
And make them do more. And then at the end, they're like, I can't believe that was me, this and that. That's the skill, man. Yeah, that's the part that separates. That's the part that separates the good and the great, because at the end of the day, we're all working with the same parameters, right?
Yeah.
Timelines, calories, macros, whatever. But it's like, why does one coach have so many of these transformations. It's not because they know something different. They have a system, it's implemented, but they also have like an understanding of like what people are capable of, and they can actually push that person to meet those expectations that that person probably didn't realize that they could meet.
Yeah.
That's what separates.
So there's a quote from Last Chance U. Do you watch that?
Yeah, they do the
With rugby or basketball.
Yeah, I was going to say NFL.
NFL.
Yeah.
And he says, too many coaches spend time on game plans. Give me a kid that'll run through a brick wall because I tell him to. I'll win you a championship.
100%.
Give me a team full of kids that'll do that.
Yep.
I don't care about your plays. Does not matter. I will win the championship.
Yep.
I feel like amateur level outcomes, first 3 powerlifting comps, first couple bodybuilding shows, that means more than the method.
Yep.
If you have both, amazing. Maximize all outcomes.
Yep.
But if you had to go head to head, do you want maximize your potential because you're willing to do versus the perfect plan? Willing to do will win.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then once you get to that higher level, so say like Matt. Shout out to Matt who got the shout out on the Big Dogs podcast.
He's killing it, bro.
Someone like that needs both.
Yeah.
He's going to be exceptional everywhere.
Yeah.
But the first one, you have to show that it's more about showing that person where they can get to.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we laugh now even like at his first prep. We don't even call it that anymore. We're like, bro, that was like,
the mini cut you did.
He still got a medal. He still got a medal for his first show, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
But we laugh at it. We're like, bro, you look better at 16 weeks out this prep than you did a week out.
Yeah.
You know. So, but we both accepted that was like a learning experience. Like I couldn't push that kid any harder.
Yeah.
Because what he knew at the time, that was the hardest that he could, and I couldn't get any more out of him.
Yeah.
Like I still pushed him as harder than he's ever been.
Yeah.
But now, like we're both so locked in, and it's not about like I've got the plan, but it's all about getting in and working with him, and the results speak for themselves.
Yeah.
Dude looks fucking incredible. Looks like a fucking superhero.
I can't wait.
So that's proof alone. Yeah. But it's like he couldn't have got there on his own.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's not a chance. The voices, the doubt, the people, like even now, he's just like, I'm fucking over people trying to micromanage me. And I'm like, just nod and smile.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then you and I have the conversation, we tell them to fuck off, like just together.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then I said, and then like even in the past, I'd be like, just listen to me.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, we just got to stick together.
Yeah.
So that's that maturity now. I'm like, we've got to stick together.
Yeah, which is confidence in your own ability
it's
too.
It's not like you just listen to your coach thing, which I've evolved from as well. And like all those things just fucking add up, man. And then, just keep the belief. Yeah. Because if once they lose that, it's over. Yeah. So I'm just like reinforcing that the whole time. But like respectfully, like I'm just making it up. I'm like, yeah. If he doesn't fucking show up, I'll tell him. Yeah. You know.
But we unpack all that a lot. But I think your say like the Odyssey boys first photo shoots that they did.
Yeah.
That's just belief you can be here.
Yep.
Matt's belief you can be the best, still really important, but you also need the toolkit to make him that.
Yeah.
More than what you do with the first photo shoot.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And the stakes are different. Yeah. There's a lot of pressure, man. But I'm fucking here for it.
All right. That turned out all right.
Yeah. It was good. It was really good. So thank you guys if you're still here. If you got through the first half an hour. It was a very impromptu podcast. We knew 5 minutes before that this wasn't actually happening. So here we are. But thank you for listening. Thank you for your support. Don't forget to like, share, and follow. Thanks for all the new subs on YouTube as well. Yeah. It's really, really cool. So
comment about my shoes.
Heaps of more content. We're kind of leaning into the YouTube now. So you guys want it. We're giving it. So expect some more out there. If you're on Spotify, hit the follow button. Strong and Lean in 16. get your applications, go on the website, submit, speak to me. We'll see if we're a right fit. And we'll get you leaner, stronger in 16 weeks.
Premium coaching.
Absolutely. So head to the website if you want to know a little bit more about that, or you can find us in the DMs and know some more information. Got something exciting coming up in the works, about 3 weeks away. So it's something really cool kind of we'll be dropping, but we'll let you know on the podcast, but it's coming really soon. If you want to know early, let us know. Maybe we'll get you on the list sooner.
Pre-sign up.
Pre-launch sign up. That's all. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you next time.